Our family is a gift from God. Your family is a gift from God. Nobody applied to be born in that particular family. You never applied. It was just a given. It was a gift from God himself. Anakupasani kuti imwe achite banja lanu ndili. And so we were born in that family. And there's so many things that we've learned about life. We've learned them through that family. Just a few days ago, we were reflecting on the family as a small cell of society, or a family as a primary cell of society. We were also saying that the family is a domestic church. From there, we learn morals, we learn values of life. From there, we've received so many things that we have in our lives. And so, because of that, we want to raise our voices to God and say, thank you very much. We want to have the attitude of gratitude, to look up to God and say, but we are going to say thank you to you, our God, because you have been so good to us. You have given us so many things that we can't even manage to list down. The first thing that you gave us as a family is companionship, togetherness. And from that family we've learned to be united. We've learned to suffer together. From that small cell of society, we've learned to live with the larger community out there. And so we want to say thank you to our God. The word thank you does not come out of their mouth. Some people find it very, very difficult to say thank you. But okay. Even after eating, tundio towama kansima kawama, sasa kamba kuti ziko mumake za koma, hata kamba bwanji, feni muteule na kuisha. Iteni haba na bese basende. I am the head of the house, so it is your duty to cook for me. So ninchito yani, garden boy, akili na bwino panja, paoneka bwino. Mwayangana, you're not going to say anything. After all, nima mpasa ndalama pasate. Kwa kuwa mishani kamoto kabuno kaoneka bwino, you're not going to say anything. We have to begin to develop this attitude of gratitude to one another, towards one another, but also to God. If you're not going to thank your fellow human being, you find it very difficult to say thank you to God. That's why most of us, when we begin to pray, it is just about complaints. We just talk about the things that we do not have. What about the things that you have? Why can't you say, okay, lero ambie mulungu wanga nifuna kuti ndizichule zonse zimene nini nazo. Begin to mention the things that you have, the things that God has given you. You realize that the list is going to be bigger than the list of the things that you do not have. Because every second of your existence, God is giving you, is blessing you with extraordinary things in those very, very ordinary ways. If a ministry demaso ife, stima zuona chakudya ngati tipo pa nyumba, timakhala zi. But chakudya ngati pasipezeka kuti palibe, then that's when we begin to talk. Why? Because our eyes are only fixed on the things that we do not have. What about the things that you have? Today we want to change our attitudes. Tifuna kuti timutokoze mulungu pa zinthu zonse zimene tili nazo. Some of you maybe survived some terrible accident, and you've never even said thank you to God. Many people do not want to say thank you for the things that they have, but only to complain about the things that they do not have. So lero tikuti ziko mwambwe ngakhale phokoso lilipo pa banja lathu, koma banja limene lindinu amene munatipatsa chifukwa cha ichi tikuti zikomo. We have many people out there who do not even have a confused family. They don't even have a family to talk about. At least muliko bwino. You even have a confused family. And when a confused family alibe, they long to have a banja, but they do not have that opportunity. Maybe they grew up in a place where they never knew or they never learned to know a mother or a father. But at least you even have a father who is a drunkard. Abaye batata. Nishina abakola bale yembe chikandya chikailemena. Abaye batata. Somebody out there does not even have that kind of a father. So raise your voice to God and say, komambia mulungu, ngakale simachitika tere koma, nipatate wamene hapa, ziko mkwambili. Ndiye wananipasa umoyo. Let us look at the things that we have and thank God for those things. If you interpret what the thing is napo tingalungula ivyo lesa atupela. Neshiwili nelyo mwirishani shako, bamutabati kwa teshiwilyo. Ilodi neshimulebo mvye kuti lesa wande kashishi na lufyanyi. Ilodi neshiwilyo, mutasheni lesa pantu, ewa mpela. At least you have something to thank God for. That voice you are using to complain about the things that you do not have. It is a gift from God. You want to go na pona kusukulu. Bambi tabaya pona kusukulu. Tabaya kwata kwe shuko da from class. Nobody has given them that opportunity. Iwe nkasako umakhala from class na wateacher waziba koma chabe kuti umaferuka chabe umapula upona fi. But at least you have known the four corners of a classroom. Somebody out there is longing for that. Ni ndani amenaza nipeleka kusukulu ine. I have the interest to be educated. Koma kulibe muntu amenafuna kuti nipeleke kusukulu. Kodi ni ndani. Somebody out there is crying for that. In fact, some of us take things for granted. Bami pele ndalama asha kuipira kusukulu. Kaivyo ya ipira kusukulu. Watampo kufuresha banobe. Waba breadwinner. Wala kufuresha. Waba big buyer. Somebody out there does not have anybody to give them that money. Not even a one ungwe. Balibiletu. You take things for granted. Bakupelo wali wamayo kuti wali ubu. Emu na nyuyu. Balitabe delele. Wena alipe na delele amene iyo. Ambia mulungu akali delele amene iyi ndiza kutokozani. Ziko mkwambili. Wachiba ulotumikusu wa mina ola belafine. Awa nakawadi kashani kapita wa yasendama. Bambina mkula mayanda. Something that you never even saw coming. But you have managed to build a house. Somebody out there doesn't even have a plot. Mwashita wakambaya yaka motoka. Tirafini. Mwabela lesa. Nangu kale famunjita nikasu mkamulamu. Lelo nika motoka tevyo. Tirafini. Kale kole chifuve chifine bati nika motoka. Somebody out there doesn't even have a wheelbarrow to talk about. Thank God. Ambia mulungu kakale motoka ima ndivuta hii. Ili na chimfine koma ziko mkwambili ndinu amene mnanipasa. Attitude of gratitude. To be positive minded about our life, about our families even. God knows the things that we do not have. And He knows that we need them. And He's going to give us at a time that He Himself has prepared. Our duty is to thank Him for the things that He has already given us. Which is zikomo ambuye. Nakula kutotela welesa, nakula kutotela welesa wani. Nakula kutotela welesa, nakula kutotela welesa wani. Ine nakula lumba nyeshi na lyobe, agasi. Mwenye kono kumeka kofi ya alobu mile sa tupela busuma ema chushi tulapita muhe lelobu mje buntu atupela busuma obu kanshi wabona okulamekela muno kumekela mu nokulatila wenfu munangufika kukaskuna nakakontoka lelo nakutashia pantu na maka yako kwala sikuna winoyu ninkwata. Attitude of gratitude. That is what we should begin to develop. Not yai boma yanganepo no. Chose kula complain afie. Neja muinga bomba ni boma yanganepo. Ulupango lwapo na panga nda boma yanganepo. We have to begin to change our attitude about life and about ourselves. Ambia mulungu ziko mkwambili. We want to thank God for the so many blessings that we have received. Aba nenso monga bakusenda matababuka. Lelo imamulabuka na lelo namubuka. Mwakwata na maka yakusa kuchechi kusadika kwimba. Somebody somewhere in this world did not wake up today. Bafila kutulotula mpote ofini. mukwaele bale fe mukusendama awe watamwe watensha mu nakadana patalala. God continues to show us so much goodness, and we cannot just continue complaining about the things that we do not have. Let us talk about the things that we have and thank him for that. Mwana omwefi alelila kuli banyina nkwa ine tilabushiko balanseka ku sukulu ko ati nshakwata nsapato balanseka buchete timumva yo mwana wandi kwena kandama fika shupile ngakamoneka kandalama sapato tukafuna kutoa kusala vile tukasala loto watu kwacha sili kwacha tukakufuairo kalefuala ndaka pali inonshita kandama nakashu awe iya imami iya daily wango niseka ku sukulu kuti nsapato nilibe. One day this child is walking down the street and he meets somebody who didn't have the feet. Alolesha awe bapita na wapita alolesha wale musoka palika uche yo munankwe atampokulila. This child begins to cry and he goes back home crying. Bani na chaba sakamika chinshule lila nanu akuma yo mkwaita pali ungu mine ilindenda mkomboni munasango munandi ushakwata makasa. And from that moment I realized that at least I have something to thank God for. Many kwatako na makasa ukufumwa wa ushiku yo mwana tata lile ashupapo banyina pafya nsapato aye bebe kwatimayo ushiku ndama shikamoneka mukanshipile nsapato. From now on I will never bother you about shoes because I've met somebody who doesn't have the feet. Mama naifyo lesa tukwatiloluse ifo limbitu walibako na bwino pintu twikala panga ndembifya wama kopa nono aba nensu bala chulo kuchilapo kanshi na tumtashelesa pali hivyo pine pisuma pintu tule muna panganda na mumi wesu mwine na tumtashelesa na aba nensu abale tusite pisuma na tule batasha. This word thank you is supposed to be part of our vocabulary because it uplifts the soul. It helps us even to do more for one another. Ngana mwisho kwa chibana kuli bantu panganda balatasha bashi kuli bantu balatasha abana balatasha mwana patane chimwela ichaku chitefi ntu chikankale pichilepo. It urges you to do even more. I don't think you want to go back home or go back to a place you call home or family where everybody is complaining about the things that you are not providing. Ngamafika panganda kukula mfuape mukakata pali kwata pela naipwa kapenta kashereke ibili mwe bantu mwe. You don't want to go back to a family which is just complaining about the things that they don't have. You want to feel uplifted as well. Kwena utumukakata pali nomba paliko tunshi paliko utwa msangwefi kilafine wamfuako bwinati at least they are appreciating my efforts. But ataba kupenda almashaku ya alipila kusuwa ya alipila. You can't even say thank you. Why? Because you think and feel it is his responsibility. Banani balira chani ni nchito yao. It doesn't even bother you to say anything, any word of gratitude at all. No ine temu aleisa baka mpela bantu libata teba nsiala ni bawo iseba kufiala. But you have to learn to say thank you. To say thank you wamayo na totela kabwalika wama na mfyo mwana amuletelo tumenshtu wako nomunika kapu we mwana na totela. When we begin to say thank you to one another, it will also become very easy for us to say thank you to our God, because that word has become part of our nature. It has become part of us. We can't do without it. It doesn't matter how big or how small that particular act of kindness is. As long as it is something good, appreciate it. Ziko mukwambiri. From the gospel, Zechariah is praying a prayer of thanksgiving to God for God's intervention in the people, in the life of the people Israel. He's reflecting on the so many events that have characterized their life as a people and how God has been involved in all those events. And he sings a song, a great song of thanksgiving to God, to say, from the time that we were in Egypt, from the time that we went through the desert, from the time that we even occupied the promised land, You, our God, has been part of us. I am saying thank you for your intervention. Thank you for all these things. Nepo benenga twayakunganda twayikala panshi. Tuleleshe kuno makuntu twafuma. Tumone ebyo lesa tusenda mpumi bwesu. Tumone ebyo lesa atupela neti atupela. Tukale panshi ngolo potutile banena atutashelesa. Bantu ali tupela fyonse fintu twakwata. Mwali kwata ku plasma, abanene tabakwata na plasma kenyako. Mwali kwata ku kaleto ka tubandi, abanene tabakwata pona ngamtuka Walkman. We have so many things to thank God for. Let us be positive minded. To say thank God, thank you our God for all these things. Lesa ali shuwa kwa tulakabile fintu things sana mpumi wesu. Elo, tetasi lokutupelevo fintu iyo. Lesa chapi wapo. Kulomba kutuwa mulomba lelo tulitiye ntulumbulele fintu ifi atupela. Tumutashe palifyo. He wants to see a grateful heart. Alipo kumuna mutima uletasha. Kwa teyaba na maninda wasite ifyonse. Tunokutasha ulatashani palatasha. We are going to see how many doors are going to open in our lives. Chakula funfumu kafye. Akula itila mofye. Chakula ilete fe mkwai kwa tini mwatanda ube filafine. Pantu, tulemutasha na patuno tuanse tuntu ale tupela. We have to begin to develop a grateful heart. Na mpenda teacher bakupela tuma marks kusoma. Tekutila na alifi bombera awe. Kuya batasha. Basa ziko mukwambiri. Ba madam ziko mukwambiri. Pakati next time baka kupele ko tuchitilepo. Lesa abombe vya wanokubomba mbumi bwesu panchito mwine apekenye. Fobonse na twika tisheshiwi no kumutasha kwati kwena na kutasha wemfumu na maka ena kusatenti novena wali mpela ko nangu muto wale nshupa nangu musa na wale kalipa nangu mungololo wale kalipa nangu tukomoto wale kalipa lelo wali mpela ko tumaka utwa vyasika kwisa kujya kuno vena no kuyasalika kanshi wemfumu fyonse funa kutula ama sali yangu yonso na kutula na luwila yona ashila iwe umpele panchita we minu pekenye mukamona fyakula vumfu mukate mukalapa pafye fyakula isafye. It is blessing after blessing, blessing after blessing, because you have learned to be grateful even for the little that God is giving you day and now. Mambite stupalo no kupalwa mlandu wa kufishanya. We have made ourselves victims of circumstances. Chose chachitika iweni yo mkwai amachushifye mkwai ifwe. Ala na chafya. Yose nga wabukolu chelo. The first thing you're going to say ni wafya. Ule ololokati wafya. Ule chitefi. Landati kwena wemfu munatasha pantu wambusha. Ama afya ko yaliye lelo mutashe pantu wabuka. Wachitane fwa. Walolesha mukichi mwe muneka fyo mwa. Nempe mfushali kutuka panganda. We have to change our mindset and become positive. We think positively about the many efforts that God makes to intervene in our lives. That wavuka tuatila. Thank you, my God. Pantu shkwelelo na bumona. Akasubakelelo na kamona. Abananji bamo tabaka mwene. Mulaya kuchipatala mkwa QTH mwali mwalifo situation ya baba nensu. Bamowali kala muchipatala mkwa mwa kwa tinomba epanganda. Some of them have just been dumped there by their relatives. They don't have anybody to take care of them. Bedside, toka banangu umo. Ngamwapita kule mwaya munefi abanensi bale chula. Mwala munakuba kwena ifutu alipalwe chine lesa ala tulange fintu kusime chine. Because some of our friends just here UTH are really going through pain. When you go to a place like that, then you're going to realize kwebati you are better off. And you're going to stop even complaining about the things that you do not have. Mkwayi kwa bulo kutashalesa teshi tupokera mapalo na yambiyo. Kanshwa munyina ni natutashalesa timutokoze yambie mulungu pazonse zimene ya matipata. Lelo mawa ni masiku onse amenali kugwera kusogolo timutokoze yambie mulungu chukwa amachita zintu zabwino zambiri zimene singate ngakale kuziwerenga kuzichula. Amen.